Welcome to Privacy News Online Weekly News. My name is Brian Tong and I'm your host. Algorithmic bias: how automated decision-making has become an assault on privacy. An automated decision-making system was employed in the Netherlands to detect people who are likely to commit benefit fraud. Now, the system could cross-reference data about work, fines, penalties, taxes, properties, housing, education, retirement, debts, benefits, allowances, subsidies, permits, and exemptions, and more. You get all that? Now, despite this massive assault on privacy more than 5 years, the system failed to deliver any of the claimed benefits. A similar experiment in Michigan failed, resulting in 34,000 people being wrongfully accused of unemployment fraud. A federal judge ruled that Google must face $5 billion lawsuit over tracking people. A lawsuit filed in June alleges Google actively violates privacy laws by continuing to intercept, track, and collect communications, even when people use Chrome's incognito mode. Google asked for the case to be dismissed, claiming they make it clear to users that incognito does not mean invisible. However, U.S. District Judge Lucy Koh denied the request for dismissal, ruling that Google did not notify users that Google engages in the alleged data collection while the user is in private browsing mode. 52% of apps share your data. Here are the worst offenders. Privacy and security company pCloud compiled data on which popular apps show the most personal information based on Apple's new privacy labels. Topping the list is Instagram, which shares 79% of your personal information that they collect. Ugh. Now, coming in second at 57%, the parent company, Facebook. Then you got LinkedIn and Uber Eats that round out the top 5, each sharing 50% of the data they collect. All right, let's go to the latest cybersecurity news from Josh, our correspondent from Intego.
Here are this week's top cybersecurity stories, brought to you by Intego. Google has released proof of concept code demonstrating how to leverage Spectre vulnerabilities in browsers. Spectre is a class of speculative execution CPU vulnerabilities first disclosed in January 2018. Google's proof of concept code aims to help developers learn how to make their software safe from Spectre exploits. Google says its POC code can even work against Apple's M1 ARM-based CPUs with minor modifications. In recent weeks, threat actors have been exploiting unpatched vulnerabilities in Microsoft Exchange email servers. Microsoft released patches on March 2nd following targeted state-sponsored attacks. However, tens of thousands of servers remain unpatched worldwide. Cybercriminals have begun leveraging these vulnerabilities to infect Exchange servers with ransomware. P&O fans can stay protected with Intego's Mac or Windows protection software. For a special discount, use the link in the episode description. That's it for now. Back to you, Brian.
Thank you, Josh. Now let's jump back into more privacy news. Lawsuit challenges Clearview's use of scraped social media images for facial recognition. Mi Gente, an immigrant rights group, announced that they are suing Clearview AI in the state of California, adding, "The facial recognition firm is dangerous. Its surveillance tool, used by 2,400 plus policing agencies, chills free speech and endangers immigrants, protesters, and communities of color. We won't be safe till it's gone." Now, Clearview AI enables law enforcement and government agencies to match photographs to a database of more than 3 billion involuntarily supplied pictures that were scraped from public sites such as Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. And now, here's Derek Silva from Orchid with a special message about an exciting virtual event featuring Edward Snowden.
Hello, Privacy News Online viewers. I'm Derek Silva from Orchid. I want to take a moment to tell you about Private. Private is Orchid's virtual summit on digital privacy. There will be keynotes from all fronts of the privacy war, including Edward Snowden. Each day will focus on different aspects of digital privacy, from how we communicate, to how we transact, to how we live in an era of pervasive digital surveillance. Private is happening March 23rd to the 25th and is free to attend. It will also feature the likes of Zuko Wilcox, Taiwanese digital minister Audrey Tang, a head-to-head between Peter Van Valkenburg and Rohan Gray, and other inspiring people like Fereshta Farrow and Jenzu Scott. Visit orchid.com/PRIV8 to register now.
Check out the link in the description to learn about or register for this event. Now you're up to date on the latest. Privacy News Online is brought to you by Private Internet Access, the award-winning no-log VPN service that lets you protect up to 10 devices simultaneously with apps for Windows, Mac, Linux, Android, and iOS. What's more, Well, private internet access users now have the ability to add a dedicated IP address through an innovative token system that preserves privacy. Don't wait another second. Check out the links below where you can also find a link to learn more about all the stories on this week's privacy news online. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Brian Tong, and we'll see you next time.